the man behind the blue suede shoes.
I had watched this couple that could really get into it. I mean, and they was getting some guitar licks out of me that I hadn't played before, because I watched their feet. I mean, they could go. This boy said to the beautiful girl, don't step on my suedes.
At 2 o'clock that morning in 1955, Carl Perkins had a song on his mind.
And I thought of the old nursery rhyme, and I jumped out of that bed, hit them concrete steps, and downstairs I sat with my guitar, and I said, 1 for the money, clum, clum, 2 for the show, clum, clum, 3 to get ready.
Now go, cat, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoe.
Exactly 30 years after he wrote Blue Suede Shoes, Carl was making musical history again. This time with the royalty of rock sitting in.
He gave us a lot, you know, when we were younger. A lot of fun and happiness.
All I can say is like an oak tree, a musical oak tree. Strong and firmly rooted.
Fabulous, I mean, because he was our hero.
Now they were all gathered in a studio with other rock luminaries like Dave Edmunds and Roseanne Cash for the taping of a Cinemax exclusive concert. And this was to be a rompin', stompin' session worthy of a hero. They were celebrating Carl's music, that music called rockabilly, music that emerged from the legendary Sun Recording Studio in Memphis, Tennessee. Through these doors walked 4 young men eager to make a name for themselves. Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, and a truck driver named Elvis Presley. Dubbed the $1 Million Quartet, their rockabilly music grabbed young America by the feet. And maybe that was because, as Carl says, rockabilly set the white man's lyric to the black man's rhythm.
What I did and how I started was just being a mixed-up little country boy in a cotton field with a lot of black people that sang that spirited music. Gonna lay down my burdens on home down by the riverside. Being raised in the country, my dad liked nothing but country music. I liked them too, but I got mixed up with that rhythm. I'd get my little old guitar down and I'd do, oh, what a beautiful thought, Lord, I'm thinking. My dad'd say, boy, it ain't right. You're doing it too fast.
That rockabilly sound, twanging guitars, slapping bass, and downright irresistible beat might have been born in the cotton fields of Tennessee, but it felt right at home when it reached England.
Really, we were starving for that kind of music, and whatever music that we could hear from America.
Which wasn't easy in Liverpool at the time. You know, we were lucky it was a port, and the sailors used to bring in a lot of records.
There was nothing like it in this country. All we had was sort of watered-down versions or pop music, and then suddenly there was Blue Suede Shoes and electric guitars. It was all over.
Carl first met his British admirers in the mid-60s, just as the Beatles were launching a British invasion of rock and roll. They were singing his songs.
And I used to get 1 track an album. Before the boys started writing the song especially for me, I would find a song that I would like to do, also within my range, you know, the range of a flea. And
that first meeting was clearly a case of mutual admiration.
You know, we were all young, and we were just so knocked out to meet him. But at that time, we'd had some success of our own, and so he was also, it turned out, pleased to meet us too, and I couldn't believe it. I offered him a cigarette, and he said, do you mind if I don't smoke it and save it as a souvenir? I just, I was almost in tears. It was a bit too much. You know, being a kid and a big fan of his.
The kids who were once his fans are now his fellow performers, and right up there on the same stage rocking.
For everything that we may have lifted from him or used or adapted for our own purposes, now we can finally say thank you.
and the man can play.
Rockabilly. is a type of music. If it don't make you, and if your foot don't move off that floor, then you ain't gonna like it. Somebody out there liked it 30 years after they said it wouldn't last. It's still rocking.
Join Carl Perkins and friends for an unforgettable rockabilly session. It's a Cinemax exclusive concert event this month.